Oh boy, the poop has hit the fan as Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier was arrested this morning in Orlando at the team hotel, no less, after the Miami Heat opened the season last night in Orlando, losing 125-121. Rozier was a DNP coach's decision. He has been arrested on gambling charges along with Chauncey Billups, head coach of the Portland Trailblazers, as well as former NBA coach and player Damon Jones. They have all been arrested on gambling charges that actually go back to organized crime. Like, this is some serious stuff. This was announced today by the FBI. But what does this mean for the Miami Heat? What does this mean for Terry Rozier, for someone the Miami Heat traded for a couple of years ago, who's been nothing short of horrendous with the Heat? Had his worst season of his career since the beginning of his career with the Heat last year. Almost made you wonder if he was tossing games to the side last year. But Rozier has now been arrested. He was arrested at the team hotel this morning about 6 o'clock in the morning after having a DMP last night. What does this mean for the Heat? What does this mean for potentially getting out from under his contract? Now, I don't know the answer to that question, and I'm going to pose it here. If anyone does, please be sure to put something in the comments if you know, because I really don't know. But there has to be some level of an out with an NBA contract when a player gets arrested for gambling on games or throwing games, which is what the case seems to be here with Terry Rozier. But let's talk about it. Welcome back, everyone, to another edition of Heat Unfiltered, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. I'm your host, Rudy Rodriguez Showmont. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell. Let me know y'all thoughts on the content. This is some wild stuff, people. So Rozier has been charged for allegedly taking himself out of a game on purpose in 2023 so that a co-conspirator could place a bet and win. These charges stem from the ongoing investigation that produced a guilty plea and subsequent lifetime ban from basketball for former Raptors player Jonte Porter, who bet on NBA games and manipulated his own performance so co-conspirators could win money on prop bets. Now, from what it says here in the story in The Athletic, right here, where was it? So his alleged crime occurred in 2023 when he was playing for the Charlotte Hornets. I tell you what, man, he was so bad for the Miami Heat the last couple of seasons, especially last year, that you wonder if he was gambling last year. I mean, good Lord, maybe they don't have proof of it, but man, his play on the court would be proof enough, in my opinion. So the federal indictments named illegal betting activities around at least two. Okay, we read that. So Rozier told a co-defendant, De Niro Laster, that he was going to take himself out of a Hornets game on March 23rd, 2023, in the first quarter with an injury, so Laster could bet on it. Laster shared that information and was paid $100,000 for it by a guy by the name of where is it? Fairley. What was the first name of this guy? Marvis Fairley, another defendant here. So all this stuff is connected, according to the indictment. The information was then shared with others who bet on it. Another defendant, Shane Hennon, bet $61,200 on prop bets related to Rozier, and then ordered a syndicate of associates to bet too, according to the government. In all, $259,000 was wagered on Rozier by that group. Rozier left the game after playing 9 minutes and 34 seconds. In a statement, Jim Trusty, Rozier's lawyer, said, "We have respected Terry Rozier, represented for Terry Rozier for over a year. A long time ago, we reached out to these prosecutors to tell them we should have an open line of communication. They characterized Terry as a subject, not a target. But at 6 a.m. this morning, they called to tell me FBI agents were trying to arrest him in a hotel. It is unfortunate that instead of allowing him to self-surrender, they opted for a photo op." Well, I haven't found a photo, and I wanted to use it on my graphic, but I couldn't find a photo of him in cuffs, so I didn't use it. So I don't know what photo op they're talking about. 6 o'clock in the morning. Most people aren't awake at 6 o'clock in the morning. So I don't know what photo op they think they're getting, and this is funny. They wanted the misplaced glory of embarrassing a professional athlete with a purple. Hey, I think you should embarrass every pro athlete with a perp walk when they do stupid shit like this. This surrender yourself, bro. This man was rigging at least one basketball game. You can bet he probably rigged more than one basketball game. Do you really think that Terry Rozier only rigged one basketball game? Just out of the blue, decided one day, I'm going to rig one specific basketball game for $250,000, of which Terry Rozier's not even getting most of it. He's probably getting a little piece of it, but a piece that's insignificant in comparison to what that man makes in a year playing basketball. Is that what you would have us believe? I mean, there's no doubt about it in my mind that he probably did this more than once, but this is the one that they could actually prove. So this tells you a lot about the motivations in the case. Like, that's weak. In January, the NBA said it conducted an investigation after being notified about unusual betting activity related to Rozier's performance in that game and did not find a violation of NBA rules. Terry was cleared by the NBA. Well, the NBA is not the FBI, Mr. Trusty. The FBI and the NBA are two separate things. And these prosecutors revived that non-case. Terry is not a gambler. He is not afraid of a fight, and he looks forward to winning this fight. Fairly, one of the co-conspirators of Rozier, is accused, along with an unnamed conspirator, of using a personal relationship with one of the Magic starters ahead of April 6th, 2023 game to find out that the Magic would not play its entire starting lineup. They then bet on the game. This guy Fairley was involved in a lot. Apparently, Chauncey Billups was involved in high stakes, poker games, and all this stuff goes back to the same with Damon Jones. This all goes back to the mafia. This is wild. This is some stuff that you hear back in the 70s and 80s. This is, I mean, whew. It's involving the four reputed crime families. I mean, the Bonanno, Gambino, Lucchese, and Genevieve's crime families. My goodness, are we gonna have a movie made on this soon? Because that would be some stuff right there. Look, end of the day, I'm looking at this from a Miami Heat perspective, and as a Miami Heat fan, Terry Rozier is obviously going to be thrown out of the league. Like we could kill the noise. He's going to end up in prison for a period of time. He can fight all he wants to fight. He's gonna more than likely lose. And but this is a bigger issue because this is the hypocrisy of the NBA. They got gambling all over their league. You're literally promoting gambling within the league. And then you ask your players to not gamble, or you tell them that they can't gamble. Like, they literally have fantasy listed on their website. Fantasy with a drop down, Fantasy Home, Play Yahoo Fantasy, Fantasy Pro Tools, NBA Pick'em, NBA Bet, FanDuel DFS, DraftKings DFS, authorized gaming operators. They're literally promoting this shit on their website. And you expect guys, and here's the thing, NBA players gamble. They've been gambling forever. They gamble over the silliest crap. They play poker on their flights from city to city. Anything that involves money, they are always gambling. You've heard the stories of Xavier McDaniel beating the crap out of Dale Ellis. This goes back 30 years. Just in that story, whooping his ass over a debt on a plane. And then, I mean, you hear Michael Jordan stories of gambling, and we all know about this. This stuff is not. This is not crazy. Out of the war, out of the realm of possibility. These guys are gambling. It's wild, bro. It's wild. But the NBA is is nothing more than a hypocrite league. They expect guys to not get involved in gambling when all they're doing is promoting this shit, and they've been promoting it for a long, long time. And the fact that it sits up on their website, and they're giving you links to all these things. Like NBA Bet, this is literally a website on betting with the NBA. With the NBA, it's literally a site on betting. This is crazy. A link. I mean, well, that link seems to be broken right now. Um, Links right to DraftKings. Their link to FanDuel seems to be broken at the moment. But Play Soray, NBA, another. Here we go. Scout Play Win. I mean, these are all betting sites. And you don't think players are going to bet these ultra competitive alpha male type of people? Like this is a different world. They let them they gamble on planes. They gamble on everything. They gamble on everything, man. And we're sitting here and we're shocked. Are you shocked? You can't possibly be shocked about this type of thing. I'm surprised it doesn't get caught more. I'm surprised they don't have an issue with the gambling, period. There should probably be a rule on gambling, period, in the NBA. You cannot gamble in any way, shape, or form because too many things can go wrong from it. I mean, heck, didn't the Javaris Crittenden, Gilbert Arenas thing pop off from gambling on a plane? It's bananas, man. It's bananas. But what does this mean for the Heat? Can the Heat get out of the contract? I don't know. Because Terry Rozier right now is making $24 million this year. I'm sorry, $26.6 million this year. His 4-year deal was an average of $24 million a year. This guy is making $26.6 million to sit on the bench. To sit on the bench. Not even playing. So at this point, what happens? Does he get suspended by the league? What happens here? They haven't said here what happens, but this is a situation that has a great impact on the Miami Heat because the Miami Heat this year they're minus 42 million in cap space. They have cap allocations of $197 million. I mean, could you dump off the 27 million from Terry Rozier? I mean, that would be a great thing for them if they could dump off that $27 million. That's for darn sure. That's for darn sure, because that's a big number. That's a big number. But those are the questions that I have: is if Miami can get out of that contract and maybe be able to pick up a player, get some type of exemption or waiver to pick up a player of similar status. I don't know that you'd find one in terms of salary, but I think getting out of that contract is something that's critical for the Miami Heat. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. What do you think of this Terry Rozier story, him being arrested for gambling? Are you surprised, not surprised? But do you have concerns now that he was throwing games for the Miami Heat? Because, man, he looked terrible playing for the Miami Heat. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell. This is Heat Unfiltered, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. Come on now.